Welcome back to Chicago Independent Television. October 2009 marks 8 years since the U.S. launched its war in Afghanistan. Chicago peace activists gathered to commemorate the anniversary and call for the war's end, as we'll see in this next segment.
Yes, we can! U.S. out of Afghanistan! Yes, we can! U.S. out of Afghanistan!
October 2009 marks 8 years since the launch of the U.S. war in Afghanistan, a war which has swallowed more than $220 billion, which has killed untold American and Afghani lives, and which has not solved the problems that the war was ostensibly intended to solve. American protest against the war in Afghanistan has long taken a backseat to continuing protest against the war in Iraq. Now there's a new president in the White House who has announced an expected stand-down of U.S. troops in Iraq and who has announced a belligerent tone against Afghanistan. But American protest against the war in Afghanistan is in the ascendancy. Chicagoans in a week's time in early 2009 saw 3 protests against the war in Afghanistan. The first of those protests was organized by a coalition called the Chicago Committee to Bring the Troops Home Now, held on the 8th anniversary of the start of the war in Afghanistan. That protest saw 2 rallies and a march in Chicago's Hyde Park neighborhood, the very neighborhood that's home to President Obama.
There has not been a demonstration about Afghanistan for a very long time. It's a movement, it's a war that's in contention, and we think it's really, really important that we are here to protest the war and that we're here in Hyde Park and that we're taking our message directly to the people of Chicago and to President Obama.
As a community activist, I want to address that community activist that's sitting in the White House now. President Obama, there have been hundreds of thousands of Americans across the country who supported you in your election and have supported the issues that we have focused on for a decade now. You, President Obama, have forgotten about us. It's not so much that you've forgotten that we supported you, it's that you have forgotten what we can do. If you are serious about doing a non-military intervention anywhere in the world, why aren't you coming to the non-military community activists and asking for our input?
I say thank you for the people who's coming here. I think many of you support Obama before. And I'm working for the campaign. I was in Texas, Colorado, California, especially with the Latino community. And I'm working free. I take it off of my job for Obama because my goal is his promise for stop the war. But you see now, they continue to send more troops. The last month, nobody knows. Any media, they show 47 soldiers died. And when I was in Afghanistan, and I see how the people, they suffer about the war, and I say, I don't want to be American people anymore here, Juan.
The debate in Washington is not between war and peace. The debate in Washington is between war and war. We have to change the framework of this debate and turn it into a debate between warmongers and those who want peace. Warmongers and those who say, bring all the troops home now. Not in 2013, not in 2010, now.
We have to decide whether or not we're going to put the interests of human freedom, of anti-war principles ahead of whatever party affiliation, whoever we voted for. If we're going to put those principles ahead of that, we've got to make that decision right now. Because like it or not, the most powerful politician in the land is Barack Obama, and he is already escalated the war into Afghanistan. He spread the war into Pakistan. And if this president is going to be moved to stop it, it's going to be thanks to pressure like people like ourselves.
Yes, we can! U.S. out of Afghanistan! Yes, we can! U.S. out of Afghanistan!
I'm Alejandro Molina, and you're watching Chicago Independent Television.
I see the soul of a nation, must be true, 'cause I've seen it on TV.
Does Comcast hate God? Let's find out.
Well, Comcast blocked internet traffic, which allowed internet users to upload and download online copies of the Bible. So yes.
There you have it. Clear evidence that Comcast hates God. Help protect God. Visit these websites to learn more and get involved. Comcast, it's Blocktastic.